Hi, I'm Ali and I help people like you on your search for a new job. I really make these videos because I want to try and give you simple ways of doing things without anything feeling like it's too much or too overwhelming. And I do think that the recruitment process in itself can feel quite long, and I do think that actually if you break it up into smaller stages, then you can get to where you need to get to much quicker and you can feel really productive. So this video is about CVs, but you'll see that in my previous video I deliberately used that video to help you to define your value and translate your skills. I thought that's really important to be able to do that, give yourself that time and space to invest, just to sit back and think before you then have to put it in a way that advertises you, that's going to be your someone's first impression of you. It's really good to really understand where you fit in today's job market before you write that down. So let's just cut straight to it. CVs can differ quite a lot, and if you've not updated your CV for some time, you might think that your CV is too long, it looks a bit outdated, it just isn't getting the results. This video should help you just bring it in line with today's expectations of CVs. We're really wanting to just create something that's sharp, targeted, and actually it makes the recruiter's job a bit easier. It's really important to really reverse it a bit and think about, if you were recruiting, what would you want to see quickly and what would you want to be standing out on a CV? Write it so that you can be shortlisted quickly. And I don't mean the content of it, I mean the way that it's looked at, the way it's seen, the way it's formatted, the way it's split up into information. Just make it be something that's sharp, that really does make a lasting impression. By the end of this video, you'll be able to structure your experience, target roles with keywords, and really deliver something that's polished. I'll do a whole another video about being able to describe your value proposition and being able to give you that pitch about why you've applied for a particular job and why you're the ideal candidate, and talk about your career path in an interview. That's a whole different video for another time. That would take 10 minutes in itself, but I will do that in the future. For now, let's just build your advert for you to get an interview, and that's your CV. So really I'm focusing on getting quite a few years of experience into a 2-page document. Most CVs are really about being 2 pages round about this time in this job market. Has been for a while, unless you get specific roles that allow you to use like more than that, but I would always just assume it's 2 pages, okay? That's it, that's standard. Now, in order to sort of be able to translate your experience and your skills into 2 pages, once again I've used a lovely 3-step framework. It's how I live my life. I get stuff done when I split things up into 3s and split down like larger goals into strategies and then small frameworks. So today, the framework for the CV, the approach I'm taking is structure, target, deliver. Structure. You're looking to modernise your structure. I've just covered that actually you really need to think about this as a 2-page commitment. You don't want it to go over 2 pages, but you know that your experience is extensive and it's an asset. It can feel a bit weird trying to cut things down and deciding what to remove and what not to remove, but often if something is more than like 15 years old, you probably don't need to say it, or you can reduce it to 1 line, or like I say, maybe remove it. Really think about what it is you're applying for and why you would still want to put it in there, and make a decision based on, is it relevant, is it going to help me get shortlisted? Because actually, sometimes kind of removing something makes space for something else, and you really want to be current and relevant. So in terms of thinking about how you're writing your CV, think about it could be quite outdated. And often we need to think about a CV as like, the advert to ourselves. So your CV is like a professional summary, and it will have like your profile at the top. So it's your chance to really sell yourself this profile and really think about what your top 3 transferable skills are and what your primary job target is, and really try and identify that into your profile at the top. So don't write about your objectives, write about your value, write about what you are, what you bring, what you've done, where you fit is what I would say. So focus on that in the profile. I've seen CVs before when I've recruited that have like listed what someone does on a day-to-day basis. That's just basically just a job description. Please don't do that. You don't want the old job list. What you really would like is a quantified achievement. You want to show that you've not just done a duty, but what impact you've made. So instead of saying you've managed a team, how about say, I led a team of 5 through a restructure, maintaining 100% project delivery. Obviously only say it if you've done it. But I would say that that's a much better way of thinking about it. And it could just be that you've forgotten that that's how you managed a team and that's what it led to. But really, go past duty. Don't think about that. Think about impact and delivery. And there you go. You've already changed your language and how you'll appeal to a recruiter. And it's what recruiters care about as well. So there you go. You've got to make this recruiter friendly because you really want it to have the ability to immediately showcase your value. Target keywords. So the keyword mirror test. Take the top 5 essential keywords from the job specification that you're looking at, which you decoded in the last video. Make sure that those exact words appear prominently in the first third of your CV and cover letter. We'll talk about cover letters in a different video. This will ensure that you immediately flag as a match. Link your experience to requirement. For your first 2 to 3 relevant jobs, adjust the bullet points. Instead of listing duties, list achievements that directly address a requirement in the new job spec. For example, if the job requires strong client communication, rephrase your old duty to manage a portfolio of high value, the number of high value clients, increasing retention by 15% through proactive communication, for example, okay? And then next, you really want to show skills first. So highlight the skills first. So create a separate, concise key skills section. So often this can be like under the profile. Use the modern value words that you've defined already when you've defined your value, like orchestration, governance, stakeholder management. This helps an eye-scanning recruiter instantly see your worth, even if the keywords aren't in your main text. They're there, they have been said in your key skills. So now you've aligned your CV with specific language of the job description to pass the initial screening. And finally, swap out your summary customization. So customize your professional summary for every job application. Change it slightly so that it's more applicable to that job that you're applying for. 2 to 3 sentences. Just make sure that you show your unique experience to that role and the gap that you're filling, like what you can bring is what they're trying to solve with that appointment, as I've mentioned already. And that's your opening paragraph, and that shows your instant relevance. Make sure that your CV is actually easy to read. You don't want it to be all bells and whistles. You want it to be simple, machine readable fonts. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It doesn't need to be colourful. It needs to be able to go through the applicant tracking system, no fuss. So clean, professional, black and white layout, simple template that stands out for the right reasons, and I mean it stands out for your content, not for anything else, okay? Finally, get it proofread. Use someone you trust, friend, former colleague, mentor, someone else to read your CV that can actually pick up on things that you've gone a little bit blind to. Now, when I've been looking at my own CV for a long time, rereading it, I can't see the errors. I can't see the wood through the trees, but a new pair of eyes, fresh pair of eyes, they can. And they can also check for tone as well. It's just sometimes just quite good because you want it to be a really good, lasting first impression. You want that recruiter or that employer to know more. You want them to want more. So it's your advert to getting them to go, oh, I'm really interested in them. I want to meet them. I want them to come to an interview. I want to find out more about them. So really, your CV that you will deliver will be polished. It will stand out. It won't have any errors, and it will leave that lasting impression. So remember, when you completely overhaul your CV, remember that the way to do it is to structure it correctly with a modern 2-page impact-focused document. Target it, make sure that you mirror the keywords that you need. You speak the language of the now, you speak the language of the job specification, and when you deliver it, make sure that it's got the professional summary, the profile for every role. So tailor it for the role so that you can get an interview. Just make sure it's very applicable to that role that you're applying for. There's a school of thought around this. So tailoring, absolutely, when you're applying for a specific role, I would always say tailor your CV. But you might have a version of your CV on LinkedIn, but that's your kind of like default CV. That's your generalised CV. In my opinion, that's what I use as like my general advert. But then actually what I do is I am using my CV to tell the recruiter how I am applicable, maybe from what they've seen on the LinkedIn profile, to this job. So I've bridged the gap by sending in that CV that's tailored to that job, also with a cover letter, which is for a different video. But that's how you bridge that gap. Sometimes a recruiter's seen you on LinkedIn and then they want you to submit a CV, which is them saying, can you just switch out some information, tell us more about how you're relevant to that job, okay? So you've summarised your years of experience now into a document for the current market. I really hope this has helped you. Let me know how you get on. And I just really hope that this helps you move forward and it doesn't feel like such a task for you. I do think that this sort of 3-step framework will help you. So I will do a video in the future about cover letters, but for now, drop me a comment if you'd like to know anything else about CVs or cover letters. I do read every single comment, and your questions will shape my next video. Please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and we'll sort of think about what I will do next that's going to help you next. But there are definitely plans for other videos to do with interviews, preparing for interviews, the mindset around interviews, cover letters, how you pitch yourself. I've got all sorts of different ideas, but if you've got anything else that you want me to talk to you about and share my knowledge and insights, happily I will do that. So keep moving forward, put your best foot forward. Thank you. See you right here next time.